Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Ben Agbeke from brocktv.ca, and on this very special episode of Off the Air, we are joined by the equestrian team, and we are going to be going behind the scenes of their practice to find out what it takes to be a great horseback rider. If I wanted to join the team right now, what are some of the qualifications that I need, and what would really put me ahead of the rest?
Okay, so we have tryouts in September, so what you would do over the summer is just practice your riding, get some experience, and you can come try out for the team, or you can just join the club. And if you join the club, you can just ride every week and come to all of our events. But if you want to compete, we usually require you have some show experience. But also some people have never showed before and they can ride on our IHSA team. For the OUEA, which is what we show on, you jump no matter what division you're in, so some jumping experience. The jumps aren't very high to start. They can go from a foot anywhere to 3 feet. Our average training process is we have lessons every week, and we train with Sheriff Van, who is a very well-renowned coach in the equestrian world. So that's awesome, and we do lots of events, and we train very hard, and we have about 8 shows for the OUEA and 4 for the IHSA.
Nice. So can you tell me a bit about your performance this year through the equestrian team?
So we actually did really well. We actually got a high point team for one of the shows, which was awesome. We also had a high point rider a couple of times. So we have 3 different zones, East, West, and Central, and Brock is in West Zone, so we compete against Waterloo, Western, and a couple other schools. I think we came in 3rd overall for West Zone at the end of the year.
Nice. And who would you say is your biggest competitor between your zone?
I think Western. Yeah, they have a really strong team.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
And also we do something called catch riding at our shows, which is very different. So basically people donate their horses for the day, and then you just hop on and ride them. You don't find out who you're riding till the day of, and you get a 2-sentence blurb, and that's what you have to ride on.
Wow.
So that kind of eliminates the financial aspect of horseback riding, because in the real equestrian world, if you have more money, you can buy the better horse.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Do you find that a lot of the different equestrian riders develop a real cool bond with the horse, or is it really just a stop and go, like you said before, with getting a horse you never knew before?
I think that you get to know the horses on the circuit, and you definitely get a bond with the horses you ride in lessons. But when you get to a show and you have a great round with a new horse, you really get an appreciation for that horse, because it's hard for them too, adjusting to a new rider. So you definitely get to know the horses and root for your favorites, and then at the end of the year you vote for Horse of the Year, which is very exciting. So you get a bond with all the other riders and the horses. It's just a really nice community to be a part of.
That's nice. Have you had any personal stories you think you'd like to share or interesting with riding with a horse you've never been with before?
Yeah, actually there was this one horse, his name was Harley, and he's a pretty chunky horse, and he's like this huge couch, and I was so excited to pull him. We call it pulling when you get a horse. Mm-hmm. So, and he was great, and I was kind of nervous because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to use a lot of leg on him, I'm gonna be tired, but we actually went around and we ended up placing very well, so I was really happy with him. Yeah.
So it really shows you could get, a lucky one out of the batch, so glad to hear that story.
Sure.
So you girls go through a pretty long year in the equestrian team, practice year-round. What is the average competition like, and what are the different leagues you compete in?
Okay, so there's actually 2 different strains of competition in our team. So we've got the people who come in compete in the IHSA, which Rob and I compete in, and the OUEA, which the other half of our team competes in. So the IHSA actually competes in the States. We do all our shows in New York State. So we go to different universities such as Syracuse, Casanova, and Geneseo. And we have different divisions in the OUEA.
Yeah, so there's, unlike the OUA, we have walk, trot, and canter divisions, so it's just more on the ground. You don't do any jumping in those divisions, so it's good if you've never had show experience. I haven't had much show experience coming into Brock, so I've been riding for a while, but I need the qualifications to jump. So this IHSA let me compete with the Brock team, which is really great. So I started in the walk, trot, canter division. Sarah's in walk, trot, and so you compete. We have 4 weekends and you do 8 shows, so each place is technically a different show. And then you compete for ribbons, and to be able to place enough, you get points going towards your number, so you have the same number the whole year. And when you get certain points, you point out of your division, so you keep moving up. And so I start off in walk, trot, canter, but if eventually I'll be able to get into the jumping division. So you just kind of point out and you go to finals, and then you compete, and you get to move out your division.
Nice. And what would you say is the highest jump that you've done?
I've done up to 2.6, but I've gone back down a little bit and trying to work back up to that again.
It's reasonable. So thank you, girls. It was great catching up with you and the rest of the equestrian team. Best of luck with next season.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for tuning in for Off the Air. Stay tuned for the next episode.